Hey, hope you're doing good. It's Julian out here in Bangkok, Thailand. And in this video, I'm going to talk about 10 things that Thai girls want in a man. And as you may or may not know, I have been out here in Thailand for almost 6 months now, and I have met many Thai people, including many Thai girls. So I've been able to kind of do a scientific experiment, and I asked a lot of my Thai girlfriends and also my friend O over here, and she doesn't speak very much English, so I'm going to be speaking English all throughout this video. But I have 10 things that Thai girls want in a man, and then I'm also going to give you a bonus tip at the very end, so make sure to stick around to the end of this video. So the first thing that I wanted to mention in this video is that most girls want a man that is 2 to 4 inches taller than they are. So if you're watching from Australia or Europe or something like that, that's about 5 to 10 centimeters taller than you are. So if the girl's like 160, she probably prefers someone around like 165, 170, 175. You know, a lot of people will say like, oh, I want a guy that's over 6 foot. But for the most part, most girls are happy as long as you are over 10 centimeters taller than they are. So that's just something to keep in mind. And the average height for a Thai girl out here in Thailand, I would say, is about maybe 160, 165 centimeters. So if you're in that 170 to 175 centimeter range, which is about 5'8", 5'9", you should do well out here in Thailand. So the second thing that Thai girls want from my scientific research, scientific research, is that most Thai girls want a guy that has their own place. And this goes back, to the dawn of time. Most girls want a place that's safe and secure. And, if you're going out and traveling together, it's always nice to go back to a place and have some private time together. And, I'm sorry to say, if you're a, 40, 50-year-old man and you're living with your parents, it's going to be a lot harder for you to get a girl, especially if you're out here in Thailand. And I feel for the Thai guys out here who don't have their own place. I know it's part of the culture, but a lot of Thai girls do like a guy that has his own place. So moving on to the third thing that Thai girls want is that they like a man who works out. And from talking to a lot of girls, some girls like a guy that's really big. Some girls like a guy that's kind of more skinny. But for the most part, what I've noticed, Thai girls seem to kind of like that. Think about like a Calvin Klein underwear model kind of look. A lot of girls like my physique, but even me, I'm a little bit too fat right now. So I'm trying to slim down, trying to gain a little more muscle. But I'm not going to try to get too much bigger than this, because if I get too much bigger than this, a lot of girls actually out here in Thailand may actually find that unattractive. So we definitely don't want to go too far. So number 4, and this is in no particular order. This is just, listing off some things that I've noticed that many Thai girls seem to like in guys. And the next one is that he has a job. And this is pretty much all around the world, but most girls want a guy that has at least a decent job. Preferably you're making more than them, but if you're not making more than them, at least you have some job, at least you have something that's bringing you income. Because let's be real here, no girl really wants to be paying for all your meals. Some girls might be into that, but Thai girls, you definitely should be treating them at least the first couple dates, or at least doing a 50-50 split. But you shouldn't be relying on your Thai date to be paying for all your meals. So number 5, and this doesn't, this is not for everyone, but this is from me asking a lot of Thai girls out here. Girls don't really like guys that smoke or drink too much. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you're a cigarette smoker, that's gonna turn off a lot of the Thai girls out here. The majority of the girls out here don't smoke. A lot of them, they do drink, but very moderately. They might just have like maybe a drink a month or a drink a week or something like that. So if you're drinking every single night, going out and partying, a lot of Thai girls are probably not going to be that turned on by that. So just keep that in mind. A lot of Thai girls out here will not like if you drink too much or if you smoke cigarettes. So another thing that you might find interesting is number 6, is whenever you have a day off, you should definitely try to get together. So let's say that you are working Monday through Friday and you have Saturday, Sunday off. Let's say she just has Sunday off. That should be a day every single week that you guys meet up. So let's say you're both off on Sunday, you should have a designated meeting day. And that Thai girls really like that you find the initiative to always be meeting up on a certain day. So Sunday could be your day together. Maybe you're off on Tuesdays and she's off on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, so maybe Tuesday could be your meetup day together. So just keep that in mind. If you're wanting to make a good impression on a Thai girl, whenever you have a day off and she has a day off, you should try to link up together. So the next thing is that, and this is not across the board, but for the most part, a lot of the Thai girls have said this, is do not have any face piercings or too many tattoos. So some girls might be into the face piercings and tattoos. That might be your look, that might be your style. But just to let you know, a lot of girls may not like that, especially here in Thailand. There's going to be always a niche of girls who like that kind of stuff. But for the most part, a lot of girls kind of clean cut, clean shaven. I'm not saying that you can't get a Thai girl if you are having tattoos, piercings, all that stuff. But it just might be a lot harder for you out here in Thailand, just so you know. So number 8, and I think this is pretty much universal, but a lot of the Thai girls, they tell me that they like a guy that has clear skin and very little acne. And I think that has to go more with like evolutionary biology and stuff like that. If a man has a nice clear skin, nice glowing face, not a lot of acne, you could probably tell a lot more about that person than you really think. So that person probably also, if he has clear skin, he probably takes care of his health, he probably takes care of his hygiene, he probably watches what he eats. So just keep that in mind that, if you're having a lot of acne, definitely go to a dermatologist, get it treated, or maybe work on your diet. I know me, when I was younger, I had I wasn't like a ridiculous amount of acne, but I did have a lot more acne than I do now. But I've realized that a lot of that can be changed just by your diet. You probably got to cut out soda, you got to cut out a lot of that processed food, a lot of the sugary snacks, all that stuff. But try to get your face, your hygiene as good as you possibly can, and that will definitely increase your chances to impressing some Thai girls out here in Thailand. So number 9, likes to travel together. And this is pretty much a big thing that I noticed too, is not every girl wants to just meet up and just sit at your condo or something like that. A lot of girls want to see that you have that initiative of taking her out. I'm not saying you got to do anything expensive, anything fancy, but they are impressed if you say, let's take them to the park or take them to a museum. Take them to something outside of just taking them to your condo. Have a little more imagination than that. So that's something that you should keep in mind, is don't always just be saying like, oh, can you come over to my place? Make sure to make a little initiative to go traveling outside of your circle, outside of your condo zone. The next number 10, actually, wow, we got through this list very, very fast, and then I'm also going to tell you the bonus one too. So number 10 is you dress well. So, that could be, I feel like I have my own style. I'm not always wearing suits and stuff like that. I'm not saying you got to always wear suits and ties and stuff like that. But if you can have your own style and you own your own style, that definitely will make you stand out from the crowd. Your style might be flip-flops and what's that called? A wife beater tank top or something like that. But definitely, I don't think that you're going to be impressing anybody if you're wearing that out here in Thailand. But, just own your style. If you're kind of like a nerdy guy, you can have kind of like that nerdy vibe. But for me personally, I usually wear running shoes, jeans, and a Levi's t-shirt. Levi's is my favorite t-shirt. I usually always wear a watch, and I usually always wear sunglasses too. So this is pretty much my basic style. Unless I'm going to like some event or something like that, then I might actually wear a nice suit and tie and stuff like that. The last bonus tip that I'm going to give you about 10 things Thai girls want in a man is that they are actually looking for a guy that is 5 to 10 years older than them. And that was actually very, very surprising for me. I was like, oh, wow. So if you're like, a 20-year-old guy, or no, I shouldn't say that. If you're a 20-year-old girl they might be looking for guys that are in their mid to late 20s or even in their early 30s. So just keep that in mind. You know, if you're a 35-year-old guy, you know, you might have a lot of attention from Thai girls that are around the 25 to 30 age range, or maybe even a little bit younger. So that's just something to keep in mind. I hope this video was enjoyable and informational for you. If it was a little loud, I do apologize for that, but the main thing that I wanted to get to you in this video is the information. And I thank O for being here too. She's been my friend for a very long time, pretty much ever since I came out to Thailand. So I really appreciate her doing this video with me. And you know, she doesn't really speak too much English, but I talk Thai with her, and I got a lot of information from her, and also I got a lot of information from my other girlfriends out here in Thailand. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. And if you haven't already, please like, subscribe, and comment below your thoughts, or if you have any other tips for guys if they're trying to meet Thai girls. And my channel is pretty much consisted of interviews, Thailand, and travel videos. So if that's something that interests you, make sure to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.